Mhm.
All right. Well, lords, the Duke of Lancaster is dead.
And living too, for now his son is Duke.
Barely in title, not in revenues.
Richly in both if justice had her right.
My heart is great, but it must break with silence, ere it be disburdened with the liberal tongue.
Nay, speak thy mind, and let him never speak more, that speaks thy word against to do thee harm.
Tens that thou wouldst speak of the Duke of Hereford. If it be so, out with a boldly man. Quick is mine ear to hear of good towards him.
No good at all that I can do for him, unless you call it good to pity him. Prefer ungelded of his own patrimony.
Now, for God, 'tis shame such wrongs are born. In him a royal prince and many more of noble blood in this declining land. The king is not himself, but basely led by flatterers. And what they will inform merely in hate against us all, that will the king severely prosecute against our lives, our children, and our heirs.
The commons hath he piled with grievous taxes, and quite lost their hearts. The nobles hath he fined, for ancient quarrels, and quite lost their hearts.
And daily new exactions are devised, as blanks, benevolences, and I would not wit. But what, a God's name doth become of this?
Wars hath not wasted it, for ward he hath not, but basely yielded upon compromise that which his noble ancestors achieved with blows. More hath he spent in peace than they in wars.
The Earl of Wiltshire hath the realm and farm.
The king's grown bankrupt like a broken man.
Reproach and dissolution hangeth over them.
He hath not money for these Irish wars, his burden is taxations notwithstanding, but by the robbing of the banished Duke.
His noble kingsman, most degenerate king. But, lords, we hear this fearful tempest sing, yet seek no shelter to avoid the storm. We see the wind sit upon our sails, and yet we strike but securely perish.
We see the very rack that we must suffer, and unavoided is the danger now, for suffering so the causes of our rack.
Not so. Even through the hollow eyes of death I spy life peering, but I dare not say how near the tidings of our comfort is.
Nay, let us share thy thoughts as thou dost ours.
Be confident to speak, Northumberland. We three are but thyself, and speaking so. Thy words are but as thoughts, therefore be bold.
Then thus, I have from Lebort Plunk, a bay in Britain, received intelligence that Harry, Duke of Hereford, Reynold Lord Cobham, that late broke from the Duke of Exeter, all these well furnished by the Duke of Britain, with 8 tall ships, 3,000 men of war, are making hither with all due expedience, and shortly mean to touch our northern shore, and make his majesty look like itself. Away with me in post to Ravenspur. But if you faint as fearing to do so, stay and be secret, and myself will go.
To horse, urge doubt to them that fear.
Hold out my horse, and I will first be there.